Hey guys, how you doing? Happy meeting day. It's been a couple of weeks. Feels like it's been forever. Please let me know if you're having a hard time hearing me or if everything is cool. I have a new microphone set up, so just let me know how things are coming through. Please, if you could put it in the comments that you can hear me. Let's see. Hey Tiffany. Hey Chris. Hey Carl. Hi Carolyn. Hey Susanna. Hey Shannon. Shannon had some surgery earlier this week right after our Disney trip. So everybody wish Shannon a quick, speedy recovery. She's already back to work. That's how she is. But anyway, let's tell her, give her our best. And we're thinking about you and we're so happy that you can be here. Hey Steph. Tiffany's very clear. Great. Hey Sheena. Nicole, thank you. Hey, Dolores, congratulations on that job offer. That's amazing. You nailed it. I'm so proud of you. All right, I'm loud and clear. Am I too loud? Let me know that too. All right, let's see. It's very bright in here. We got, hey, Paul. Paul and I got to meet each other at Animal Kingdom last week. That was so awesome. Paul's family is full of beautiful girls, and I was so happy to get to meet them. Let me see what else we got going here. Hey Mike. All right, Amanda's here. Great, we've got quite a few people here already, so that's perfect. So tonight we have a bunch of questions, but a lot of them surround some things that I experienced during my trip. So I'm going to bundle a couple of them together in the beginning so we can just go through. I'll have a little photo tour of some things that we did. Emus says, I want to say once again that Kathleen and Disness has saved my life twice. 6 months ago, I lost my life partner to a massive heart attack. I am so very sorry about that, Emus. This week, my island suffered the worst disaster in 100 years, Hurricane Maria. Today, Kathleen and some Disness fans sent words of hope to me. Yes, Emus, we're all praying. I have friends in Puerto Rico. I have friends who have family in Puerto Rico. One of our Uber drivers down in Orlando has family that he hadn't heard from. So it's very devastating, and my heart and prayers and love go out to everyone in Puerto Rico. And we hope that they get all the help they need to help rebuild. And I don't know what else to say about that, but we are thinking about everyone and your family, Emus. Thank you for being here tonight. Hey, Helen. It's nice to see you here. You got your button today. Great. Those buttons are probably arriving to everyone that won them at the last meeting, so awesome. I hope you like it. Just be careful. Those edges are a little sharp, I noticed, when I wore them in Disney, so maybe you want to put it on a backpack or something. I had it on my crossbody strap and I was getting a little scratched on my shoulder, so just be careful. Maybe we'll go back to the round buttons next time. Okay. So like I was saying, there's some quite a few questions that have to do with some things that I experienced during my trip this past weekend, which was amazing. I was down there with all the agents from Destinations to Travel, my affiliate partners at Celebration Shirts and the official ticket center. It was a fantastic team building, getting to know you type of trip, and what better place to do that than at Disney World, especially for us. Hey Jill, so glad to see you here. See a lot of people who ask questions. Awesome. Yes, thank you for showing all your support to Emus and Shannon, guys. Thank you. So tonight, some of our panelists are still rocking out in Walt Disney World, but I know we will have Shannon Bonador and a bunch of the agents from Destinations to Travel. We have Carl Dad Trent from Dad's Guide to WDW. We've got Steph Schuster, Director of Operations at WDW Magazine, and It's a Fangirl World. Patrick Pulliam from the official ticket center may pop in, and I think Dave Shute of Your First Visit is probably still in Orlando. So we've got half a boat maybe, but I think we'll be all right. Not that many questions this evening, not compared to the last couple of times, but we're going to make it all work and get everybody's questions answered. Don't forget, if you're here, don't be shy. Say something. Comment, ask a question, so you'll be entered to win this meeting's giveaway. So let's get into that. This meeting's giveaway was actually given to me to give to all of you by one of our fellow Disney friends, Jennifer Carbonell. She sent us this adorable Alex and Ani. I don't want to take it out of the plastic because when I ship it to the winner, I want it to be as protected as possible. But Susanna McCord is my wingman for tonight, and she's going to help me with posting links and such. So there's a link to this Alex and Ani bracelet. The link is actually the gold one because I believe the silver is sold out. But it's this adorable Alex and Ani. It's Mickey and Minnie kissing a heart bangle bracelet. And I think that was so sweet of Jennifer. And what she had said to me was she wanted to pay it forward for all of us helping her plan her Disney vacation. And I thought that was incredibly sweet. So thank you to Jennifer for offering up this amazing giveaway. And good luck to all of you. I hope somebody is very happy with their prize tonight. There it is. There's the link. So that's of the gold one, but this one is silver, which I prefer silver myself. I don't know if Jennifer's here tonight. If she's not, let's just all say thank you, Jennifer, and she'll catch it in the playback. Hey, Lou. Hey, Laura. I know, right, Dolores? It's adorable. Hi, Lauren. All right. Hey, Angela, I see you there. I'm just scrolling through. I want to make sure I see everybody. Hi, Jennifer. And Jill, I saw you were here. Okay, so we've got quite a few people, so let's get started. And just a quick shout out before we do to my affiliate partner Celebration Shirts, who sponsors all of my live meetings. I had the pleasure of spending the weekend with Josh and Erin Deutsch, who are the owners of CelebrationShirts.com, and they outfit me for all my lives, like I mentioned. They made me these custom tank tops. You can get your own at CelebrationShirts.com. If you want the tanks, you have to go into my specific store, but you can go into CelebrationShirts.com and check out all the styles that they have. They have many different styles of shirts, colors, designs. They'll even make your a design specifically for what you're celebrating. Anything you want to do, they will make it happen. They are that good. Their customer service is top notch. If anybody here has dealt with Celebration Shirts, I know Paul for sure has, please just make a note in the comments. Tell people how awesome they are, because they really are wonderful people. They have a great product. And we just actually had our entire meeting outfitted with Celebration Shirts. I wish I had a picture to show you that. Maybe I do later on. I think I do. I might. But anyway, CelebrationShirts.com. When you do place your order, be sure you're using the code DISNESS, DISNESS, for 10% off. That deal on top of their free shipping, which they offer all the time, that's really great. So check them out for your matching shirts. Everybody does matching shirts at Disney, but they do it the best. All right, let's get to the questions. Oh, thank you, Carolyn. The color of the shirt that we had was so amazing, and we had this PhotoPass photographer that was able to get like all 60 of us in the picture. It was quite something. It was a blast. I'm beginning to think purple just might be your favorite color. This is actually, I think they call it Flow Blue, but I really like this one. Purple is actually the Disness color. But I don't know, I like this one, and what's the other one? I think it's Watermelon. Those are my two favorite colors, if you need to know, Carol. You still love the bling. You know, I intended to get down to the D-Living store where they sell these bows, but I never made it there, so I'm going to have to just keep up with these. I've got this Ariel bow too, but I don't know, it's a little much for me. It'd be cute on my daughter, but it's too much for me, so I'm going to stick with my black and silver. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, Helen, isn't that cute, the Alex and Ani bracelet? Thank you so much, Jennifer. That was really very sweet, and we're so happy to help you. I mean, we enjoy this as much as you do, believe me. Hey, Jessica. Jessica Wonders, one of our agents, she loved her Celebration shirt. It was so comfortable. Definitely wonderful, comfortable cotton shirts. Okay. Let's get down to business. So, Helen Hummer, Matthew Sinico, Amanda Goodrich, Carolyn Taberry, and Carolyn Tiberi. They all have questions that actually surround things that I did on my vacation. So Helen asked me, how was my trip? Thank you for asking, Helen. And can you share your favorites about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party? Matthew wants to know all about the food, and I'm a little bit ashamed to say that we didn't spend all that much time at the Food and Wine Festival because we had so many other things going on. It was crazy. It was a whirlwind trip. Up until almost 2 o'clock, up at 5:30, it was nuts. I felt like I was back in college. Let's see. Amanda Goodrich wants to know what kind of renovations are being done at Caribbean Beach and when will they be done. And Carolyn would like to know if the location of the pirate rooms at the Caribbean Beach Resort, if I like that location, or was it a lot of walking at the end of a long day. So what I'm going to do is share my screen and show you some pictures while we do this. Here we go. So I'll just do like this little photo tour of my trip, the highlights. How about that? Let's see. Here we go. So we flew, and we took Disney's Magical Express. Who loves Magical Express? I absolutely love Magical Express. It just starts the trip off right. I really do enjoy it very, very much. It may not be the fastest way to get there, but I feel like it is the start of my Disney adventure. Let's see. I'm just trying to read your questions here. But anyway, we flew. And let me go down. There we go. One of us may have been a little bit more excited than the other. We stayed at the Caribbean Beach, and I specifically stayed there to be able to report on the renovations and all the construction going on, and it was a lot. When we got to the room, they had these cute little pins there for us, which I thought was a nice touch. They had done that for us at Wilderness Lodge as well, when they were doing some construction there on the DVC villas a couple of years ago. And they're really cute. It is a nice touch, but it really isn't enough to ease the pain of all the construction that's going on there right now. So we stayed in a pirate room, which they are totally adorable. Really, really adorable. Poor Craig. What am I missing here? Oh, because of his picture? Yeah. He was a lot happier than he let on. He just, I don't know, he's giving me a hard time. But anyway, we did stay in the pirate rooms, mostly because that was all that was available when I booked, and they were really cute. But to answer your question, Carolyn, the pirate rooms are in the furthest section away from the main building, but it really doesn't matter right now because the main building isn't even there. It's like completely demolished. So it wasn't so much of a walk at the end of the night because every section has its own bus stop. So that location didn't bother me, and we had a water view. The quiet pool by us was under construction. You could still use the pool, but there was construction there. But I wouldn't say that the location was so bad right now because there is really no main building to go to. However, in about 2 years, Amanda, which is when they'll be done with these renovations, it will be a little bit of a far walk to stay at the pirate rooms and then try and walk up to Old Port Royal, or maybe they'll name it something else at that point. It's not really the most ideal location. I would say Martinique is where you would want to stay if you want to be close to all those amenities. Let me go on here. Sorry, this is so sensitive. Okay, so I know people wanted to know about the shampoo and conditioner. We did not have the little dispenser that they put in some of the resorts right now. We had these personal sizes, and they were wonderful. I love the H2O brand. There was the bounce back offer. It used to be a little flyer, but now it's in this little booklet, so it's easy to miss, but I knew to look for it. So be sure you open up that booklet when you get into your room. That was right outside of our room, which I thought was really nice. I decided to show you that picture because looking the other way, you could see this big unsightly crane. So there was just construction everywhere. When you drive up through the opening of the Caribbean Beach, the welcoming, they're working on the new DVC resort. All along Old Port Royal, they've got these, I'll show you, I've got pictures. That's out of order. Let me see. I'm trying to get to it. All right, whatever. The picture's not there anymore. But anyway, they've got these tan construction fences up all over, and it's just not nice. Oh, I know why I have it in all over here to talk about the construction. Here we go. There we go. What is going on? Sorry. Ugly construction fences. That's what I'm talking about. They did not have the water taxi going up to the main building there, Chris, and I don't know if it's because there was no main building to go up to. I didn't see any water taxis at all on the water the whole time we were there. Now, to be honest, we didn't spend a lot of time at the resort, but we were there 2 afternoons, and I walked around and took pictures in the middle of the afternoon, and I didn't see any water taxis. Yeah, it was a pretty view, Lauren, and if there wasn't construction going on, it would have been gorgeous. Let's see. Yeah, 2 years. It's going to be about 2 years, and they're going to need every bit of it. I mean, there's nothing by the old Port Royale. There's like no building, nothing, no foundation yet. So let me go. What else can I show you over here? So this is the pool bar now. It's this little temporary stand. And Dave Shute actually wrote a blog post, a really comprehensive one about the Caribbean beach. Susanna, if you could post that, if you have already, I'm sorry, but if you haven't yet, could you post Dave Shute's link? He goes over it in better detail than I do. This was outside. This was our quiet pool. So while the pool could still be used, there was this fence. You know, they're doing some. I don't even know what they were doing, to be honest with you. But it was just outside of our quiet pool. But this wasn't the only area that had a fence like this. It was pretty much all over the resort. This is the gift shop. It's a truck that they open every day. There's the other side. And it wasn't open all the time. And when it was raining, of course, they have to close up shop. And then this was where you would go for food. So there was a food truck outside that you could order just off the menu, or up here was a hot buffet. And then you could fill up your refillable mugs or get your drinks over there. It's definitely a temporary feel, definitely a not so magical vibe. For some people who had booked their vacation prior to March 31st, they were getting a resort credit. Well, not a resort credit, but actually getting money back in the form of a Disney gift card for $75 per night. Now, that's a decent trade-off. If you know going in that this construction is happening and you're getting $75 a day for compensation and you're not planning on spending too much time at your resort, yeah, go for it. You know, it's just a place to lay your head. You'll get some money back. And the pool's still nice. There are still some nice areas of the resort, and I took some pictures. I'm going to write a whole blog post about everything. So there are still pros to staying at the Caribbean beach, but if you intend to spend a lot of time at the resort, I would go somewhere else. All right, so getting back, that was everything about the Caribbean beach. And like I said, I will write a whole blog post with my feelings on some certain things. So let's get back here. So this was pretty cool. At Hollywood Studios, you can go into the One Man's Dream attraction and become an official Disney historian. It used to be, I think it was called Becoming a Citizen of Walt Disney World, and they would give you a button. So what happens is you go into One Man's Dream and you ask a cast member if you can take the quiz. They give you a 3-question quiz. You fill out the answers. If you don't know the answers, you can find out the answers throughout the exhibit. And then at the end, you hand another cast member your finished quiz. And you get to sign this book to become an official Disney World historian. And then they give you this. So I have this cool little certificate that says that Kathleen is a Disney historian as of September 21st, 2017. Pretty cool. I really enjoyed doing that. And now that I have my name in that book, it's all very official and I love it. It's all free. You just walk in and ask them, and they're happy to do it. And so there's me with my first frozen Coke. I think I got 2 on this trip, only 2. I'm slacking. What else did we do? Oh, there's me and the Soul family. That was an awesome moment. And look, he's Paul, I just am realizing this now. You're holding up the Disness button. Good job on you, Paul. That's awesome. There we stopped in the Nomad Lounge before we went into Pandora for the first time. Highly recommend the Nomad Lounge. It's a lounge connected to Tiffin's in Animal Kingdom. You don't need any reservations. Just pop in for a cocktail or a small plate. Really very cool place. And they accept the Tables in Wonderland card if you have it. We had Wagyu, I don't know how to pronounce it, Wagyu beef sliders and potatoes. Delish. Matthew, maybe this will entice you to listen further because I'm going to get into some food now. Let me see what's going on over here. So there's Pandora. Pandora was beautiful. We were both there in the afternoon and the evening. Breathtaking. They did an amazing job, and I am not an Avatar fan. I mean, I watched the movie before we went, but it's not my thing, but it really is absolutely gorgeous. Then we stopped in Satuli Canteen and had the cheeseburger pods, I think they call them. They were interesting. They're very similar to the cheeseburger egg rolls over in Adventureland and Magic Kingdom. The filling is basically the same. It's just the vessel that it's served in is a little different. Both kind of an Asian flair though. One's like an egg roll, one's like a dumpling, but delicious. These little round things were actually crunchy, which was weird. They were crunchy but then juicy. They were interesting. And these veggie chips were really, really good. Then, to continue our foodie day, we went to Sanaa and had the bread service for the very first time. Maybe you've heard people talk about this bread service. I have over and over and over again, and I had to try it. I didn't really know what to get, so we just got it all. And let's see. It goes in order from mild here to spicy all around, and this one right here had all, I guess it's that one, had all jalapenos in it. I think I did turn the corner and I tried the green, and that's where I stopped. So this was my wheelhouse right here. I don't really remember what it was called, but that sauce was delicious. It tasted the most like barbecue sauce to me, and I love barbecue sauce. And the breads were delicious. I guess it's called naan. I'm not exactly sure. But there was garlic, curry, plain, some kind of scallion, and then one that was super, super hot. But it was amazing, and I'm glad we tried it. Really recommend it if you like the spice. There we are, sitting in Liberty Square. This day we were at the Magic Kingdom from opening at 8 a.m. all the way until 1 o'clock in the morning. This was the marathon day that almost broke me. It was a fun day, though. This is the picture that really gave me false hope. You guys know how I feel about my chocolate-covered pretzels. The dark chocolate-covered pretzels. And they had them in the window, but they can't be found anywhere on property. So if you find them on property, let me know. Just send me a picture. I'll send somebody over there to get them and ship them to me or something. But these are, hands down, my favorite chocolate-covered pretzels that I've ever had. So if you happen to see them, just let me know. Don't buy them for me. I'm not asking for that. Just let me know where they are, and I will figure out a way to get them. Thank you. Okay, so I finally had the roast beef sandwich at Be Our Guest at lunchtime, and it was really, really good. I'm not a big beef person, but I do love roast beef every now and then. Delicious. And I also had the potato leek soup. I could have seriously just had the soup. It was very filling and very tasty. I do recommend both of those things. And this little cream puff dessert was actually free. The folks that I was sitting with, we were joking with the waitress about the dessert, so, we'll take one of each. And then she just asked us, what other dessert would you like to try? And she sent us over 2 more. It was pretty amazing. Little pixie dust for us. Okay, so there's Be Our Guest. Beautiful. So the other thing we did as an agency, which was super fun and part of our team building event, was we did the Pecos Bills Nacho Challenge. So I don't think that this really is a fair representation to how big this platter is. And if any of the agents that were there, Mike Byer, I think you're probably the only one here tonight that was at the Nacho Challenge. Or Shannon, if you're still in here, these things were humongous, and we had 4 of them because there were about 40 of us, and we had to finish them. And not only do you get that and chips, but then you've got, you know, all the sauces and the cheese and the lettuce and tomato. And it was a lot of fun. They give you a bunch of drinks. They come in. Everybody needs to select their cowboy or cowgirl name. It's a whole big production, and there were 40 of us there, so it took quite a while. But when you do finish your challenge, well, there we are. So there's me and Shannon and Aaron and Josh and Craig having a blast at the Nacho Challenge. When you complete your challenge, you get this official deputy certificate, a badge, and a hat. This is very, very fun. Totally cool. And now I hear they're discontinuing it. I don't know why they do these things, but we had a good time. Let me scroll here. I'm way behind in your comments. I'm sorry. I'm talking my face off. Oh, thanks, Helen. You're going to look for me next week. I appreciate it. I'm sorry. Nachos were huge. They were really good. A lot of food, though. A lot of food. We should have never have eaten lunch. Nobody should have eaten lunch or breakfast or dinner the night before if we wanted any shot at finishing all of them. Totally delicious. Our guy Sean was awesome. Very personable, sweet, attentive. We had a great time at Pecos Bills, and I hope they don't discontinue because it's a fun thing to do. What else we got? Oh, so then right as the party was starting, we decided to go into the Crystal Arts to watch Miguel over here work his magic and create some beautiful creations in there. I could watch that all day. In case you didn't know, at the Crystal Arts shop on Main Street, USA, they do these live demonstrations, both in the front and in the back for glass blowing. Really, very cool. It's one of those hidden magic or unplanned magic things that you can do along Main Street. Then the party started, so I changed into my Disney LuLaRoe Randy. This was not a Halloween print, but I thought it looked very Halloween-y, so that's what I wore to the party. And we've got Daisy and Donald in the background over in Casey Circus area, which was really fun. So one of Helen's questions for me was, what are my favorite parts about the Halloween party? So yeah, it's really cool and fun to just get some candy, and the parade is a blast, and being able to walk on rides without much wait is really fun too, and there's dance parties and all that. But to be honest with you, just the atmosphere of the party, the music and the lighting, the costumes, how excited the kids are, that's really my favorite part of the party. I don't really need all the extras, the bells and whistles, and I think we only went on about 3 rides. I just love walking around the Magic Kingdom with that Halloween vibe going on. Like I had said before, it's definitely a party vibe. You feel differently than you do when you're there on a regular day. I just love being at the party, Helen, and I don't know how to explain it more than that. It's just a cool, cool feeling, and I was there with some of my best friends, and it was a great time. Let's see, what else did we do? So then they do have the specific Halloween desserts, and this one, it wasn't really my favorite, but I loved the way it looked, so they got me that way. So this was kind of like a brownie cake with some kind of strawberry mousse, and this was candy, but you know, you can see it's like the Haunted Mansion wallpaper. The characters are in costume during the party. When you meet and greet them during regular park hours, they are in their regular clothes, Dawn. Let's see, the parade does make it special, Carl. The Boogaloo Parade is definitely not to be missed. You get to see the Headless Horseman going down Liberty Square. And just a tip, we decided to wait for the second parade, really, to get a good spot to watch the second parade, but we did happen to catch the Headless Horseman during the first parade. So we had positioned ourselves really well. We were going to video the Headless Horseman coming down, and something went wrong, and he didn't ride in the second parade. So if that's something you're really looking forward to seeing, the Headless Horseman, then you might want to play it safe and see the first parade too. It is a sweet looking snack. It just wasn't that tasty. It's one of those things that looks better than it tastes. There were other things that I should have had. I really wanted the worms and dirt. I don't know why I didn't get that. I was drawn to this one by its purple color, Carol, I guess. Let's see. All right, next up. Okay, so the following morning, this is how crazy our vacation was. So we were out until after 1 o'clock in the morning, and then we had scheduled a DVC tour for 9 o'clock the next day. So we were getting picked up at 8:40. So once again, we're up and out really early, and in the offices of the Saratoga Springs preview area, I guess, they had this office chair. If I could have put it in my bag, I totally would have. I love that chair, and I had to take a picture of it. Let's go eat worms and dirt. Yes, for sure. Is it on a brownie stick? It was like a brownie, Nicole. Yeah, it was like a brownie, but I think, I don't know, Josh had it and Craig had it. I don't know if either of them are here, but it just was a funny taste. Hey, Kathleen, I'm glad you made it. Yeah, Chris, I want this chair. I want like 4 of these chairs. I don't know where we could get them. Maybe Theme Park Connection after they redo their offices. I'll have to see if I know somebody. So we went on the DVC tour, which was very, very cool. I had done the phone tour beforehand for the Disney gift card for $40, which was great. And then they said, oh, do you still want to come in person? I said, yeah, I kind of do. So it turns out that for going in person, we got 2 Anytime Fast Passes for the next 3 days. Of course, it wasn't for any of the Pandora rides, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, or Frozen, but they were still great to have nonetheless. I could probably get one made, Carl. Craig, hint, hint, Christmas is around the corner. Andrea, I'm telling you, if I can get a deal on those chairs, we're all going to have them. Hi, Lindsay. I'm glad you made it. Lindsay was there on, over this weekend at Disney World. Lindsay is an agent with Destinations to Travel, but she started out as my client. And so did Matthew Davis. And so did... I know there's one more and I can't think of it right now because I've got lights in my face and I'm on camera and that's always what happens. Hey, Lauren. I would love one of those too. Okay. Group discount. Yes, Andrea, I like the way you think. Okay, so getting on. So they have this cute ice cream parlor after your tour is done, and our tour was done at like 10 o'clock in the morning, but heck yeah, we had ice cream. That's what I had. A little dish of ice cream for breakfast after deciding if, are we going to buy at the Polynesian? Or are we going to buy at Copper Creek? I don't know. We shall see. We didn't buy anything then. We had to go home and think about it. But it was a great experience, and I'm glad we did it. So then, after the DVC tour, it was straight down to Disney Springs for our Splitsville party, which was so fun. If you ever find yourself with not much to do, or it's a resort rest day and it's raining, head down to Splitsville. It's a lot of fun. The food is surprisingly great, and the bowling is very fun. We had more nachos. Can you believe it? We had more nachos the next day. But these were really good too. I need some Disney ice cream. Yeah, Danielle, right? Those fast passes, it was a nice surprise. I figured, hey, I got my gift card, I got my ice cream. What else could I ask for? Who knew? Fast passes. The Splitsville parties are awesome, Carl. They have always been. We've been to a couple of them with Carl and the group from WDW Magazine. But, okay, so nachos. They were good. Yeah, the fries. There's the fries. So I had brought down Disness ponchos for everyone who came to the party, and I can't even tell you how perfect the timing was, because just as the party was breaking up and everyone left to go to their next location, it started to pour, and everybody had a poncho. How perfect was that? I was teasing with them, and I texted our group, and I said, okay, looks like the rain I just ordered came in. Put on your ponchos. But these fries at Splitsville, oh, so good. Angela, you've never been to Splitsville or Raglan Road. I recommend them both. Mike didn't touch the Splitsville nachos. Mike was kind of like our cleanup guy. We were really counting on Mike at the Pecosville Nacho Challenge. Oh, Mike, you did a good job. You really did. Chicken sliders were awesome too. I don't have a picture. I just have a picture of the nachos and the fries. But check out these bowling balls. They've got Mickey and Minnie on them. Really very cool, fun place to go. Bowling's upstairs, downstairs. Look at that. How cute. Miss Macy, Mike, needs a ball that looks like this. Mike's daughter Macy is practicing for bowling in the Special Olympics. And I think she could probably out-bowl us all. What else can I show you? Oh, so at our meeting, I won a sales award. I, along with a bunch of other agents, won sales awards. And that's what it looks like. I've got mine proudly displayed on my shelf. Thank you very much, Shannon and Troy. And there's Pandora at night. So after the party, then we went back and got changed and went back to the Animal Kingdom to ride Flight of Passage, which, holy cow, you need to do it. It's no overstatement, no exaggeration. It is an experience that everyone needs to have. Check out Flight of Passage for sure. The Navi River journey, it's beautiful, visually stunning, and it's perfect for those that don't love thrill rides, but to wait an hour and a half for it, you'll be disappointed. If you can fast pass it, but don't wait an hour and a half for the Navi River journey. I think you'll be disappointed in that. Flight of Passage, however, I might wait that long. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sheena. Yes, Paul, best ride ever. Totally. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, everyone who's saying congratulations. I'm just catching up with that now. Macy does have a mini bowling bag. She does. Yes. I wish we could share pictures on this. I'm going to have to research some kind of meeting software where we can all kind of share some pictures when we want to. Okay, so moving on. So after Flight of Passage, then we rushed back to Raglan Road and we had a dinner, which I don't have any pictures of. And then the following morning, Craig and I had an early morning 8:15 tour, the Destinations Discovered tour. We were really trying to kill ourselves on this trip, I swear to you. But that was amazing. I'm going to write a whole blog post about it. We actually ended up having a private tour. We were the only two that took this tour that morning, and we spent so much time in the World Showcase. We went to all of the 11 pavilions with a wonderful tour guide named Chris, who was very knowledgeable, fun. We had a great time. It was like hanging out with a friend. Highly recommend it. Food and Wine Festival. Here you go, Matthew. Here's some food pics. So like I said, I kind of failed myself, and I feel like I failed my Disney friends with the lack of food we were able to get at the Food and Wine Festival. But we did. We had about an hour, and I think we did ourselves proud in that hour. So this is zucchini ravioli. And this is a teriyaki beef skewer with apricot and feta salad. Oh, I could have had that all myself. We shared everything, but I could have done one of those myself. Thank you, Dolores. I don't know. There's always a delay, so I know it'll seem erratic with what I say in the comments I say, but thank you. Don't worry about the delay. Is that similar to the tour they used to do on the Segway? It kind of is, Rebecca, but you get to go in the pavilions, where on these Segways we didn't get to do that, and you do get to go backstage, where of course on the Segways we did not do that. And we also had lunch at Rose and Crown, and it was not included in the Segway tour. And we also rode Soarin', which an attraction was not included in the Segway tour. So it's kind of similar because it starts before the World Showcase is open, so you kind of have it to yourself, but it is different. Next little food item. So this was some peanut butter dessert. I'm not a peanut butter person. I had a little taste of it, but that was more for Craig. And then for me, oh no, that's, okay, so this is a beef stroganoff over some kind of noodle. I don't have the exact description here, but I thought those were peppers, and it turns out they're pickles, which at first taste, it caught me off guard because I thought they were peppers and they ended up being pickles, but it actually worked. It's a beef stroganoff over some kind of rice noodle and pickles. Different, and I probably would never think to make that, but it tasted very good. And then I had a Dole Whip, Had to have that. And then this was like a cauliflower dish with Parmesan, and it was a cauliflower risotto. Delicious. It wasn't so great when I followed it up after, or I had a bite of it after I was eating the Dole Whip. I needed to cleanse my palate a little bit. The pineapple and the cheese were just a little bit too much together, but after I did that, it was really, really delicious. So those are our food and wine choices, and I was happy with them. All right, so the tour, in case anybody's wondering how you get into the park or where you get in when it's a tour that starts before the park opens, there's this sign, it directs you where to go, your name is on a list, and they let you in, no problem. But keep this in mind, because this was one of our struggles with staying at the Caribbean beach. So there was nowhere to get something to eat at our resort. We didn't get anything to keep in our room. So when we woke up, we were starving. And in the morning, prior to that, there was a food truck by our bus stop, but this morning there was not. So I went into the little laundry area, looking at the vending machine, hoping to get a granola bar, and there was just candy and chips. So I wasn't that desperate just yet. So we got on the bus, and as we're going to Epcot, I'm thinking, I don't think Starbucks will be open or the Fountain View Cafe will be open yet. But I know there is a Joffrey stand right outside the entrance, and I was hoping it was open. So luckily it was, and we were able to get a coffee and a muffin and walk up to the tour check-in area. But the two other people that were supposed to take the tour with us had not had anything to eat. They did not get anything before they came into the park. They thought the Fountain View would be open, and they actually canceled their tour because we would not be eating until around 1:15. So when you have an early morning tour, make sure you either get some food the night before to have in the morning, have a granola bar or something. Just plan to get yourself some food, because the quick service locations probably won't be open in the park. Beef stroganoff with pickles. Yes, Dawn, that's exactly what I said, but it was really good. Beer in Germany was on point. I don't know. I'm trying to see what you're saying. It's hard for me. Okay, so part of that tour, we went to Rose and Crown for lunch. We had a Scotch egg. Never had one of those before, but it was really actually very tasty. And then we had a vegetarian shepherd's pie, which also was very tasty. But here, I want to show you this picture. Hold on. There. So, as part of the tour, we went into the Mexican pavilion, and there was nobody there. There is never nobody in the Mexican pavilion, so I was so thrilled to get pictures like this of these gorgeous World Showcase pavilions with absolutely no people in them. And I have a ton of them, but this one happens to be my favorite pavilion of them all. So I asked my husband to take a panoramic of it. I have to do some lightening up of it, but when you take a tour like that, that's really one of the big benefits for me, the big draws of taking these tours, is you get to have these moments where no one is around. I don't know if you saw on the Get Down to Disness Facebook page, Danny McBride did the early morning magic, and he had the Magic Kingdom almost all to himself. That's really what I would pay for if I'm going to do one of those premium things, just to have the space, the elbow room, just no people, you know, it doesn't happen anymore. Total bonus for that. Let's see. Yes, it was an empty Mexico because it wasn't open yet, Nicole. And then we got to go behind the scenes in Mexico. It's very cool. Let's see. It's my favorite country too, Susanna. All right, let me see if I have any more pictures here. Oh, there's our tour guide. There's Chris. If you're ever lucky enough to have him, he was awesome. So then, Sunday night, we had our dessert party, our Illuminations viewing dessert party. And these are all the yummy things we had. It was delicious. It was actually cool and breezy that night, so that was a treat too. And there we are. Check that out. Ooh, wait. Trying to... Look at all those celebration shirts. That's awesome. I'm so glad I put that picture in here. So there's Josh and Shannon and Aaron and Craig and Bradley and Troy and me and Kara and Ashley, Emily, Jamie, the whole gang. It was awesome. And we all had those amazing shirts from Celebration Shirts. Thank you, Josh, for outfitting us. And then the biggest coup of the whole trip, I got rose gold ears. Thanks to Tina Farmer. It absolutely took a village to get these ears because we were all looking for them. They weren't in the Emporium. They weren't anywhere. And then I guess it was Saturday morning. Somebody posted on some group somewhere, the Emporium stocked with rose gold ears. So one agent was on her way to the Magic Kingdom. She got them for about 10 people, and the rest is history. Are they comfortable? Yeah, they were comfortable. The only ears that I have that aren't comfortable are these babies. These hurt. They're too tight, and I've even asked my husband to wear them to try and stretch them out, but they just fall right back. They're really, really tight. Okay, so that's my trip in pictures. So let me get back here and answer the questions that we have. I hope you enjoyed the photo tour of our vacation. If you ever come to PA, Kathleen, we'd be happy to host you. Oh, thank you. Are they as comfy as these? I haven't worn them long enough, Carolyn, to tell you, but I did wear them. I wore them all day Saturday after I got them, and they didn't hurt, not like the red and white ones. Okay. Yes, we had an awesome time. It was just a whirlwind time, and of course, like most Disney vacations, you need a vacation from your vacation. I'm sorry, Dolores. Anybody else have a frozen screen? Because I'm going to start getting to the rest of the questions. And I'm going to try and do it fast because I talked for a really long time. Maybe, Nicole. We've tore off the... Yeah, there's no tag on it anymore, so they could be used. Maybe. Okay. Okay, everybody else is good. All right, so I'm going to go. Jessica said a 4-year-old said the rose golds were scratchy on her ears, but weren't uncomfortable enough for her not to wear for 3 days straight. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I got Helen Dunn, Matthew Dunn, Amanda, and Carolyn. Amanda Goodrich. So Amanda Fincher asks, do you think the club level is worth it? Now, I've stayed club level twice, but as a complimentary upgrade, so I've never paid for it. If you've paid for club level, answer that question. I think it's a splurge. I don't think it's something that you weigh to see if it's actually worth the money or it makes financial sense. I think club level is just something you splurge because you want to feel pampered, and I don't really see using it as a means of dining. I mean, I know they give you free stuff, but you really have to be at the resort. Well, not free, you're paying for it, but they do put out a spread for breakfast and lunch and dinner. But you have to be at the resort to take advantage of all of that. So for me, I think club level is a splurge and not something I would ask myself, is it worth it? I would ask myself, do I deserve it? Do I want to spend my money on that? You know, do I want to splurge on that? Okay, good. Not frozen. Good, good, good. Beer and wine included at night, right? I believe that it is, Lauren. So if you're there, if you're at the resort, if you plan to be at the resort, often at meal times, and that is a factor in whether you're going to get club level, it's really just, I just think it's a splurge. Lauren Palladino, this was your question about the Royal Rooms at Port Orleans Riverside. So has anyone stayed in the Royal Rooms at Port Orleans Riverside? I've stayed at Riverside. I have not stayed in the Royal Rooms. So she would like to know if you think the Royal Rooms are worth the premium cost. Just looking at the photos, I think they are. I'm not a huge fan of Port Orleans Riverside, but those Royal Rooms are really adorable, and I would like to stay in them one time. Yes, Angela, that's exactly, we got a complimentary upgrade at the Contemporary, 12th floor. It was amazing. It really was, but I don't think I personally would pay for it because I like to dine in restaurants, well, you know, and I would like to spend my money on other things. I'm not at the resort enough to do that. Carolyn has stayed there twice. It's about the experience. You had a discount, so that's why we stayed there. But did you like it, Nicole? Would you, if you didn't have the discount, would you pay a little bit more to stay in those Royal Rooms? I mean, I think if you have a little princess, you got it. That's what I think. Okay, Steve Radicki. If we're staying at Wilderness Lodge and want to be at Magic Kingdom before opening on a Saturday, is it faster to take the boats or the bus, or should we just Uber? Okay, so you cannot Uber directly to the Magic Kingdom. Uber will take you to the Ticket and Transportation Center. So don't Uber to the Magic Kingdom, ever. You can Uber to the Grand Floridian and take the monorail over, or the Contemporary and walk over if you'd like. But at the Wilderness Lodge, as long as the weather is clear, there's no fog, no rain, anything that might delay the boats, take the boat. Kelly Guznazak. I always get tripped up on your name, Kelly. I'm sorry. Can the resorts hold a carry bag for you so you can hop off Magical Express and go right on to a Magic Kingdom bus without stopping in your room first? Absolutely, they can. You will just hand it to Bell Services. They'll give you a ticket and you'll pick it up later. Kayla Kelly, staying at the Art of Animation next month, and we have someone in the group that smokes. Is there a designated area that they can go smoke while at the resort and at the parks? Okay, Kayla, so at the Art of Animation, there are like 10 smoking areas. Susanna, if you would please post the map link for the Art of Animation, you'll see all the maps, even the park maps have the little cigarette in a circle that tells you where the designated smoking areas are. In Magic Kingdom, there are two, one in Tomorrowland and one in Frontierland. Epcot has 2 in Future World and 4 in World Showcase. Hollywood Studio has 2, 1 at Echo Lake and 1 outside of Tower of Terror. And Animal Kingdom also has 2, 1 in Africa and 1 in Dino Land. So they'll be able to smoke for sure. Cheryl Pulliam, planning a 2018 trip. Both me and my husband are disabled and require electric scooters. If we rent scooters off-site, where do we store and charge them overnight? We'll be staying most probably at the Port Orleans French Quarter. You just store them in your room and you charge them in your room, Cheryl. That is all. Tiffany Short, what is the biggest bonus in using a TA to book your Disney vacation? Okay, so I know I've got some people in this group that have booked with a travel agent. So why don't you guys answer that and tell Tiffany what you think the biggest bonus to using a Disney travel agent is. For me, there are so many bonuses. I mean, there's financial benefits because we're free, but we can help you save money. We typically give, well, we do. I don't want to speak for all travel agents, but us at Destinations Travel and Get Down to Disney give booking gifts. But I think the biggest bonus, you are asking me, is that it's like you have a Disney BFF that you can bounce your ideas off of. Someone you can ask to do anything having to do with your trip, and they'll do it, and they know all about it, and they won't roll their eyes when you want to talk Disney anymore. Working with a Disney travel agent that has their finger on the pulse of what's going on daily at the Walt Disney World Resort, it changes so frequently. Just not even with the construction or park hours or closures and things like that. I think just having someone by your side, like a wingman, like the man in the chair, or I don't know if you've ever watched 24, like Chloe for Jack, just someone at the helm that has the answers to everything that you need to know. Disney vacations are a beast, and to have someone help you tame that beast is invaluable, I think, and when there's no charge for it, why not? But please, if you guys, these are great answers. Thank you. I'm not going to repeat them. I've got to get through these questions. I'm sorry I talked so much about what was going on over this weekend. Jill Walker, if you are purchasing just tickets and room, not a package, what can you get or not get with it? Dining plan, magic bands, 60-day fast. Okay, so you've got your room and maybe you've purchased tickets elsewhere, maybe at a discount. Your magic bands are linked to your resort room reservation. So you'll get a magic band. And as long as your tickets are linked to your account, whether you bought them through Disney or through the official ticket center, or somebody gifted them to you or whatever, as long as they're linked into your My Disney Experience account and you also have a resort room reservation linked in that same account, you get your fast passes at 60 days. So you would get a magic band and your fast passes at 60 days. Sheena Jones wants to know, I'm going to Disney in December of 2018. Can we put a Christmas tree in the room? Is there a place to hide gifts? Will the hotel staff help in the room? Going with 3 under 7. We're staying at Pop. Santa had to come to Disney too. Okay, so I know that you can put an artificial tree in your room and you can decorate with lights. I don't think hotel staff will hide Christmas gifts for you, but you have a couple of options that I can think of off the top of my head. So Disney Floral, Susanna, if you're still here, if you could put in the link to the Disney Floral Christmas kit, I think they call it. There's that. It's expensive. Or you can have a small tree shipped down to you. You can have your Christmas gift shipped down to you and held at the resort for you until Christmas Eve when you go pick them up and maybe hide them in the closet at the resort. Or maybe what I would do is pack them in a separate suitcase and just not unpack that suitcase and keep all the gifts in the suitcase until the kiddies go to bed, then unzip that suitcase and put the gifts under the tree. I have never spent Christmas at Walt Disney World. Has anyone else had that? Kelly, I was a 24 junkie. I loved that show. And whenever I help my husband, he calls, I need this, he refers to me as Chloe. So that's kind of a private joke with us. So if you've ever spent actually Christmas Eve and Christmas morning at Disney and you had little kids and you want to make it seem like Santa came, please comment, because that's, really something that I would be concerned about too, of keeping the Santa thing alive for sure. Carol Gamel, talk to me about the Christmas Jingle Show. Okay, Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam. I've been trying to find it on the calendar schedule and can't find anything about it. Does anyone know if the Star Wars show will be showing in November? Okay, so Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam, that's how they say it, runs from November 9th to December 31st nightly, except for on Saturday, December 16th, where there's this big Star Wars one-night-only party of some kind. The Star Wars show right now runs through November 8th. So Star Wars fireworks go to November 8th, and then Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam starts on November 9th. But then again, the Star Wars show will be back on December 15th, but at 7:30. So Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam will be at 5, and then the Star Wars show will be at 7:30. So they'll have two shows at Hollywood Studios from December 15th to the 31st is what the schedule looks like. So you'll get to see both if you want to. Dolores is not having success in changing a dining reservation she has for Thanksgiving night. What are the chances of adding more folks to an already existing reservation when everything is seemingly booked? Dolores, what restaurant? I hope you're still here. Sorry, this is taking a lot longer than I thought. Tell me what restaurant you are trying to get a hold of, Dolores, and I'll let you know if you can call direct. Most restaurants in the parks you cannot call direct, but if it's down at Disney Springs, you absolutely could. Megan Kress, we packed gifts in another luggage. Also had our elf meet us there. Hotel staff did help him move every day while we were gone, but they did that on their own. Okay. Note from Santa that said more gifts were waiting under the tree at home. Yeah, that's a smart idea. Wow, quite a few of there have been there at Christmas. All right, so Dolores, if you had to go or whatever, I think you froze up before, just send me a message in the group and let me know what restaurant, and I'll see what I can help you out with. Any news on when you will be able to apply dining plan credits to mobile ordering at quick service restaurants? Michelle Gray wants to know. As of right now, you can mobile order for 15 restaurants, but you cannot use dining credits just yet. We're almost done, guys. I told you, there weren't that many. And I'm talking super fast. Talk to me about Disney Magic, Disneyland versus Disney World. This is Michelle Drum asking. I'm reading a lot of people's opinions that World is just more magical, less of a theme park feel, and cast members are more kind and create more magical moments. What do you think? I feel that to be true. I love Disneyland. It was the original park. It's like pocket-sized Disney. You can get a lot done just in a couple of days. It's definitely a different vibe. It's a different vacation, different strategies. Disney World is absolutely more magical. I feel like the cast members are just more into the show. At least that's been my experience. And I've been to Disneyland 7, 8 times, something like that. I definitely feel like Disney World is a more magical experience. However, I don't discourage anyone from going to Disneyland. Definitely have the Disneyland experience. Janet Glaze, have you used the power banks they sell at the parks? Are they any good? Give you a full charge, truly unlimited. But most importantly, is the price for multiple days or per day? Okay, so those are called fuel rods, Janet, and I have one, and Mike Byers got several. It's $30 for the life of your usage, and anytime yours is out of power, you just go ahead and replace it with another. My personal experience is hit or miss. Some that I've exchanged for were full power, others died in about half an hour and only gave me maybe 30% charge. So it's not a perfect system, but it definitely helps in a pinch, and if the one that you got isn't fully charged, you just have to go back and get another one. It's truly unlimited. It's $30 for the life of the time that they are available. Jennifer Carbonell, who is the wonderful person who gave us this to give away tonight, are the bows available now for those super cool ears that you're wearing from D23? She's talking about these babies. They are not available online yet. I imagine they will be for the holiday season. They can be found at 2 locations in Disney World. I know D Living is one of them, and the other one escapes me right now. But they are available in the parks. Sheena Brown Jones, I have a deaf child. He wears hearing aids, but he can't hear everything. He only hears 50% with his hearing aids. Is there any way to go to the shows and for sure be allowed to sit fairly close to the stage? Doesn't have to be right up front, but close. Okay, so Susanna, if you could post that link to the hearing impairment frequently asked questions, Sheena, that will give you all the information you need on what you can do to make sure your son experiences all of these attractions and shows to the full benefit. They've got some assisted hearing devices that you can borrow in the parks for free. They ask for a deposit, but you fully get that back as long as you return the device. And Disney will do everything they can to make sure he has a fantastic time. If you have any questions at the attraction or the show, just speak to the cast member there and they will make sure that you are well taken care of. Don't you worry about it. Angela Blackman, I know you're here. I hope you're still here. I was told there were 2 dessert parties at the Magic Kingdom. One has seating and the other has viewing from the green space area. Is this true? Yes, they do have 2 choices, and it's exactly right. They both go to the same dessert party, but one pays to stay there and sit down, and one goes and stands in the Garden Plaza area. So we do have a link for that as well. Let me see. Thank you, Susanna. I'm glad you're still here. I'm trying to talk as fast as I can. There is a couple of links for these parties. I think the standing room only for the fireworks is $59 for adults and $35 for kids. And then if you want to sit, it's going to cost you an extra $20. So $79 and $47 for kids. And our final question is Doris MC. For a 9-year-old first-timer, which is the best spot to watch the happily ever after fireworks? Ohana, the beach at the Poly, or the hub at the Magic Kingdom? Hands down, the hub at the Magic Kingdom, because it's not just a fireworks show, Doris. It's also a castle projection show, so you want to be in the park to get the best view and the most benefit out of seeing that show. It's actually very, very spectacular. And definitely for a first timer, if you've already seen the show and maybe you don't want to be with the crowds in the park, another time you could watch it from the Poly. It's a wonderful experience to do that as well. But for a first time viewing, you definitely want to be in the park and have your eyes on the castle. And that is it. I made it and it's only 9:05. So, thank you guys so much. Let me see. Oh, Olivia's at Old Key West. You know what, Dolores? You could probably call the resort and ask them at the front desk. There's definitely a telephone number to contact the resort directly. I don't know if Olivia's phone number would be published, but you might be able to get somebody at the resort to transfer you over. In terms of the chances of getting in there. People's plans change all the time, and I'm not sure that they fully book the restaurants, but this is Thanksgiving, so that's a whole different animal. I would just keep trying. Keep trying for sure. Thank you, Carolyn. Thanks, Lauren. Appreciate it. Is the green space reserved? Yes, it would be. Yes. For sure, Angela, if you are paying for that dessert party, for the standing room at the green space, it is a reserved space. Angela, I'm glad you're still here. You can buy them from the Fuel Rod website for $20. Oh, that's a great tip that Mike has. Those fuel rods in the parks are $30 in the park, but if you buy them on the website, you save $10. That's great. Thanks, Mike. Okay. So that's it, guys. So definitely come into the group for the after party because, oh my gosh, I totally forgot the trivia question. See what happens when I have so much to say? All right, so here's the trivia question, and I'll just answer in the after party, I guess. So in the Haunted Mansion, in the attic scene, what's the name of the bride? There's a sign up there that says, "Congratulations, Frank," and what's the bride's name? So our trivia question is sponsored by Dave Shute and the Easy Guide to Your Walt Disney World Visit. Anyone can answer this question, but what I will do is select one winner from all the correct answers. You can either put it in here or in the after party. I'll tally them all up, assign everybody a number, and pick one out at random. You will win a signed copy of the Easy Guide to Your First Visit, not your first visit, to Your Walt Disney World Visit, compliments of Dave Shute and yourfirstvisit.net. It's a wonderful guidebook, very comprehensive on all the resorts. I highly recommend it. So now head over to the after party because we have something very special. We've got a new sponsor of the after party. So tonight, inside the after party, I'm going to ask everyone to participate in a little activity, and I'll choose one winner to win something from our new after party thread sponsor. So you guys know we just love to give stuff away, and this is awesome. That is all I have to say. I can't even talk anymore. I need to get some water. Thank you so much for being here. Let me just see if I missed anything before I say goodbye. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Thanks, Lou. Thank you, Dawn. Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer, for this lovely bracelet prize. I am so happy for whoever is going to win this. It's beautiful. Thank you. That was so very sweet. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off now. Meet you over in the after party, and thanks again for joining me tonight. It was so great to share my trip with you and the pictures, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you over there. Good night.